welcome to another video in a community that believes weird is wonderful and magic is real, and a community that I feel like you asked for it, okay? We dropped a Shein haul, and then we did a live stream and we did a second Shein because I just wanted to make sure that, I did well the first time if I did well the second time, because it's been very hit or miss. So we thought we'd try out another brand that many of you have mentioned that is very much like Shein. And if this video comes out in a timely fashion and I title it the way I plan, we are now doing a Temu haul before tariffs, right? And guys, so I don't know what the prices are now, but places like Temu or however you say it, and Shein are supposed to be like the super cheap places. I don't know what they're going to be right now, so apologies if you could click the links below, but we've got a lot to show you here. Let me give you a little glimpsey poo. This is just the homeware or the things that are going on these shelves. I think I have forgotten some of it. All right, and then we have a whole bunch of things that are like mostly clothing and accessories and maybe cosplay, I guess. So we need to get on this here Temu train. So let's get started. Lumos. Okay, let's start with clothing and accessories. So I wasn't gonna dabble in the t-shirty business too much because I know there's a lot of ripping off of artists, so I just did a couple. Just cross your fingers, there was none of that. And this one really called to me, and I'm doing it first because I'm gonna put it on, okay? So I will actually start off by saying there were 2 items that I already sent back. And I'll put them here and here. So I got this bowl because I'm looking for like a plate bowl. So it has a little bit of depth, but it's actually more of a plate. And 2 things, it kind of came in and was more of a bowl and was smaller than I thought. And it was more of a cream color than I thought. And then I got this moon candle holder, which I've seen a number of them on Pinterest. I didn't read the description that it's plastic. I thought it was wood. That part is my bad, but I will say the image didn't show all of the lines, that it was clearly 3D printed. So it just looked like hot garbage. So I sent both of those back already. Could have showed you, but I need to get to my Monet back, okay, even if it's a small amount. Oh, and then there was a shirt. Was that Shein? I can't remember if it was Shein or Temu. It might have been Temu. I'll put the image of the shirt, and if it's Shein, I'll put Shein underneath it, but it was this like witchy shirt, and it was awfully printed, okay? Like jagged edges, super thick print. I think it was even off-center, and it was too small. So it was all the things, so I sent that back too, and actually, no, I didn't send it back. They didn't even want it back. They just sent me money, so that was weird. Anyway, let's get into this t-shirt, which I will say the print feels different from what I'm used to. I'm curious how long it will last. But here it is. Perfect timing that my cat is just yapping away right now because I saw this and it reminded me of the cat we used to have. So we had a black cat. I will link a video up here, I don't remember, where we did a death day celebration of our cat Dexter because he did die at a very young age of the cancers, okay? And we celebrate him every year, and excuse me, ma'am, I'm talking here. Sadly, we still have cats. We used to call him Bat Cat. And it's a bat cat, okay? I get to wear my Dexter kitty everywhere I go, and I don't know, it also felt very witchy. So it's a black kitty with little bat wings in front of a moon. I like the framing too, really, really cute. And then sat on a skull. I think, are there other things going on down there? What's going on? Oh, we got a snake. Oh yeah, I forgot about the snake. Oh, you know I love me a snake aesthetic. Not in the real life snakes, and then it is just plain on the back. So what size did we get? A medium? That's normally my go-to because I like it a little bit roomy, so I'm gonna put that on right now. Do we want to do that fancy thing where we just go whoosh? Okay, what did you think? I'm not awkward at all. It is on, it's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was gonna be. My insecurities are my arms, so I like sleeves that have a little bit of hangy business. It's almost a little too oversized. Okay, that's the first clothing item. We now have it on. And also these were like 3 different orders because of the returnee business and then the credit and then the rebuying of things. And then also they do this thing where they're like, spin this wheel and you get a free item. So I did the little spinny wheel thing and then it gave me like 3 free items. If it actually saved me money, I really don't know, okay? I think I got duped. But a couple of these were free items. So let me show you. This first one is a corset. So I already have a corset like this, and I will say I kind of knew what I was going to get going in. Like, these are not Killstar corsets or Disturbia, in that like the buckle situation is a little bit more detail. It's more of an elastic, like comfy corset, if you will. Like their corsets are comfy, but maybe you know what I mean. Like, I have a similar one that I got off of Amazon. So
or like Spirit.
Yeah, kind of like Spirit Halloween. Yeah, they have corsets too, but I don't know. I really dug this one. So it has these 2 zippers, these kind of buckly situations. Do they actually unbuckle? No, but this zipper does come down. And it is, I think, is it just the one size? I don't remember, but there is no adjusting of this. So it's got an elastic back. And so, you know, there's obviously some adjusting because of the elastic, but it's a cheaper corset. But I just felt like I really like the little stars going on here. I like a little bit of silvery business. It just gives edge to something. So let's see how it looks with this shirt. Okay, so maybe it doesn't go with this shirt because it's cutting it off. So just imagine the shirt that I just had on. Like I said, it's thick elastic, so it is quite comfy. And my plastic. My cat is eating the plastic right now. And by eating, I mean like licking it. You're disturbing, okay? So yeah, just imagine, I don't know why I just did that. Just imagine this is all black. I don't hate it. I mean, the one that I got off of Amazon is similar. It doesn't have all these little businesses. And I felt like I got it because it gave me like Bellatrix vibes. I don't know what this one gives me, but just a quick, easy to put on, comfy corset that I'd probably go with a basic top or just like a dress that you're accentuating. All right, this next one is my supposed free item, and I had it in my cart. Do I have a number of these? Yes, but I don't have one at this length, so I needed it, okay? It's like belts and corsets and shoes. I'm having collections of all kinds. I'm realizing that right now. And also, is it fitting for this time of year? No, not at all. We have ourselves a black, of course, cardigan. But this cardigan basically, I wouldn't say goes floor length, but I mean, it's longer than my other cardigans. And because it's black, it's really hard to show you. So I'm gonna put it on. Well, this is gonna be hard to show you. But, so it has these bell sleeves. I love me a good bell sleeve. I don't know what this does. Okay. It is a touch longer than I expected. Excuse all the white fuzzy things, but I don't mind that. Like, you could roll this a little bit, and it just feels really comfy. This is gonna be nice, like, come fall time. And I went for the long one. Let me just pop up here. Maybe you could see it. All right, so here she is. You could see the length of the sleeves better here. The pockets are right here, which is about the length that I would want. Like, I'm not gonna put my hands in because I've got rings on, so. And then the actual length, she's a little hard to show. It comes down to my ankle, okay? Just trust me. And I would say it's fairly lightweight. So basically my goal, because I lurk Pinterest on the regular and I've seen a number of styled, like, long black cardigans, would be like leggings, probably mostly underneath. Oh, not just leggings, that'd be weird, okay? But I'm not gonna keep this on right now. So this is gonna be more of a fall, wintry situation. Okay, now for what's in here. This is like basically the rest of the accessories, kind of, sort of. Some of the stuff is gonna go on these shelves, like this right here. The way they package stuff, I will tell you. So the first thing that I got, I haven't decided how I feel about it. I mean, it is what it is, and I've seen a number of like witchy shops. I've seen a number of witchy shops carry a lot of stuff from Temu, so we'll see what happens after the tariffs, okay? It's as political as we're gonna get, but anyway, what I have here is basically like a little potion bottle, and I picked this up because it gave me, I don't know why it gave me Mad Eye Moody vibes. Like, we have our actual flask from Noble Collection, but it does have a cork, I presume this cork comes out, yes. So the cork does come out. I don't know what this business is. I thought it actually had a loop that you could hook it on to something, but I've seen a number of people cosplay with this. So you could fill it up. You could do all sorts of things with it. I can also put it on my shelves and it just be like an actively used item that a witcher, oh, it does have a thing. There it is. Okay. It's got a little loop-de-loop. So you would need to, like, I guess, have something that connects through it because it doesn't seem like it detaches. Yeah, I think it's just permanently affixed that way. So there is that item. And it is kind of a flat base, so you could even just set it like this on a shelf. I don't know. Let me know how you feel. So we got 2 things for him because I actually had a little bit of money that I needed to save. I think it was credit, right? Oh no, you have to hit $30 for them to ship to you, at least when it's just with Temu. So we got 2 items, or he got 2 items. First up, and both of them, would you say, can be more of like very cosplay items? They can be everyday items, but they would be very suitable for cosplay as well. I will say, when it came in, I was kind of surprised. Like, the quality seems quite nice. So it's like this little, I don't know, wizard's kind of potion or ingredient carrying case. So it attaches to your belt. That's what these are right here. So your belt would go through these 2 loops. Then you have this like faux leather case and you got all these little rivets and stuff. And then this little thing, you know, just, hold on. Locks right in there. And then open it up. It is just an empty case, but underneath, so it's got these little hooks. I'm actually learning as I'm going here because I haven't attached this. It comes with these set of bottles. So we got these 4 glass bottles as if you're just a wizard walking around, you know, at the ready. And they do slide out. So if you wanted to put actual ingredients in there, or maybe even liquid, you could. So 4 total. Let's actually attach it. The snaps seem quite sturdy, so I don't think you're gonna have any issue. And I think a lot, or at least the image we saw was like more on the side, would you say? Yeah, that would be weird if that was on the front. So there it is. It's kind of like, no, I'd say it's black. I was gonna say there's a little bit of a brown look, but pretty cool. So there's a lot of things I feel like on Temu that would work for cosplay. So we also got this next item for him. Now, this one I'm not gonna put on, okay? I don't even know how to show you other than putting an image right over here. So this wraps around your thigh, right? And what is it basically? Just a cool accessory? It's a harness for your leg, okay? It's a harness for your thigh. It makes you look more like a bad A, okay? So there it is, and then this would actually wrap around. You've got your little buckle here, and it seems to be the same material. So these would be easily worn well together. You could even have this one if you wanted to. So there's that, cosplay items. Just because they were cheap, okay, and I send orders out to you guys and I like to put things on the outside. I picked up a pack of stickers and I went for like the witchiest ones and they're hella cheap. So I got 2 of them. It's a pack of 50 stickers. So there's just a very like apothecarious vibe. Is that a word? I don't know. What else is in here? We got butterflies. It's like general witchy kind of dark academia stuff. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind that in person. We've got some like witchy books and potions and well, I don't know if that is a goat's head probably, is my guess. Just a lot of fun witchy things that I wanted to lean a little bit more in that direction for just adding to your order. So there's that. It was like $1 and change, okay? I couldn't not. Okay, what is this? Oh, so this came in and I was looking at changing out my Luna Lovegood. Oh, I have it right here because I have to check my lipstick all the time, okay? The Luna Lovegood mirror that I got from the Harry Potter shop online. And it was just a little too colorful for me, okay? It's Luna Lovegood, of course it's gonna be colorful. So I wanted something black. And I do like it and I will use this. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. It is just and I knew it was gonna be just plastic, like it was pretty cheap. It's just a rose. Just a black rose. And there is our mirror. So I think it is, yeah, you've got, nope. Normally one of them is like a regular mirror and the other one's up close. It looks like both are just regular. I don't need to see my face up close. I don't know about you. I just recoil when that happens. So there's that. Then I'm gonna do 2 more accessories and then a thing that's gonna go on my dresser. If you saw the reveal, you know what I'm talking about. Again, I got this because it was also cheap and why not? Okay, that is Temu for you. So the next item that I got is this right here. It is a silver, not actual silver, skeleton hand bracelet. And now this one is just one size, so it is what it is. I have already tested it. I do have really tiny wrists. So it's not one that's going, here, I'll put it on in a second, but it is kind of like a spring. That's the word I'm looking for. So that's how it stays on to you. So when I put it on my wrist, it doesn't really work. But when I put it higher up, kind of where, I want to put it where it meets, so it actually looks like a skeleton is just grabbing on for dear life. I don't know, why not? Like I said, it's cheap, so I got it. This next item I have seen on a number of witchy and gothic kind of shops that then just put their own branding on. So I will say, just do an image search. You can, I learned from him, you could just save the image, and there's an option when you search on Google to do an image search, and voila, she was on Temu for a lot less. So clearly they're just kind of buying from Temu and putting their own branding on and charging a lot more. And even on Amazon, I've seen these there, and I kind of wanted them, and I didn't know how they would look on me. They are a pair of sunglasses, and there's these bat wing sunglasses, but because I didn't know if they would look good, I kind of wanted to go for the cheaper route. All right, so let's try them on. I will say there's like a tiny bend, but nothing really bad. Let's see, it might be a little off center. Yeah, it might be a bit crooked. I think I can adjust that. What do we think? Is it ridiculous? So I wanted to wear this. These are quite dark looking. I wanted to wear this during, well, just all year round, but also spooky season. So, and they do sell them like in a pack of 2 if you wanted to do 2, but because I didn't know how they would look on me, and there's the side, I just went for the single one. I will say the box came quite busted, but she survived. Next up is a ring. So this ring, I guess, would be most similar to my middle finger right there, which is kind of like a cathedral ring that I got from Midnight Hour, I think. But it's still different. I didn't want something that was same. How do we open these things? All right, I have myself, so like I said, it's like that ring, but another one. And I think this was like a one size fits all. So there it is. It's definitely giving like cathedral, gothic vibes to me. So there were 2 different options that you can do. And this one is adjustable. All of the rings that I currently wear are not adjustable. So I knew it, you know, it's a little on the cheaper side, but it came in and I was like, oh, that's actually kind of nice. All right. So let's actually test it out because I don't know what size like finger this is going to fit on. So there's the rings. And the other option they had is about like half that size, but it gives a similar vibe. So you could buy both of them if you wanted to. Pretty cool. And it, like I said, it's adjustable, but I would say this is more adjustable in either where it's at or bigger. Probably not as much making it smaller. All right, so we're on to the item that is gonna go on that dresser. And I did already look at it because they had a nice, like fancy, like it looked like it was an actual witch using it sort of thing. And this felt like a very altar-esque piece of cloth right here. And when I saw the image, I was like, is it gonna actually look like the image? And I think it pretty well does. Like I was actually surprised. The fabric is really nice and soft, and the print, not too shabby. So basically what I got is a pentacle altar cloth, and I did opt for the smaller size. Let me give you kind of closer up. You could see this aesthetic as far as like the color palette is really going to fit in here. I want something neutral. I didn't want it to be too busy because one of the other things that we're going to be doing on that dresser or around the dresser are having some prints up. So they're going to have their own design, obviously. So I didn't want anything just clashing with it. But I love the design. I like the little triple moon situation. Then we have this one moon. Actually, I haven't really seen this in detail. Kind of loop through the pentacle. Now, is the backing white? Yes, it is. But the way I plan to put it, I hope to not see that. So I really, really like this. And it did not cost a whole lot. I think I'll just need to get the bend out of there, you know? Just a little, what is that thing called? Steam. Okay, now we have this stack right here, which I'm pretty sure is like mostly homeware. And a lot of it is going to go on these shelves. I honestly don't remember. If you were on the live stream with us and we went through Hogwarts Legacy, I've said this so many times, there are a number of repeat items that you will see in classrooms and just in Hogwarts in general. And one of those is trunks. Now, I guess this is a trunk, right? Storage boxes is what it says. Or a chest, yeah. Might be more accurate. So we got ourselves this wooden kind of black. It's got a little bit of a brown tone to it because it's a stain on the wood, but a chest. So, you know, you could do a lot of things with these. Basically, I wanted to put a bunch on my shelf, just like I want a lot of books as well, which you would have seen our Alarm 18 books. So we already got the classics in there, but I want even more of the in-worldy books. And there it is. The other thing I'll say about Temu is there's a number of items that after you order it, they switch it over to Amazon and Amazon ships it. So I've actually found these on Amazon, and that's probably why they have them shipping it. But from my checking, it is still cheaper on Temu as of the moment that I placed this order. So anyway, there it is. I like that it has like the faux leather situation with the rivets and stuff. But like I was saying, there's a lot you could do with them. Let me talk about that in a second because I might have a few more. Then I picked up this one. I feel like I might actually like this one more. The red was very, very red for me. Maybe you might not be picking up on it, but it does bring warmth to the room. And this one's a bit bigger. I'll hold them up next to each other. And it has a little handle. The other one doesn't have a handle. But the other thing that's different is this one is a set. So it comes with another one inside. And they have those latches, just like the other one does. So inside is a smaller one. So my idea, and these, now that I'm looking at them, maybe they're too big for the shelves, although we have a nice bit of depth on the base here. Here is what they look like together. Yeah, I really like the warmth that this one gives. But what I was gonna say, so let me stack this one on top to give you perspective that this one is actually smaller. They probably won't be stacked together. Is this making you nervous? One of the things I was gonna say is there's a lot of options that you can do with storage boxes. You could just stack them because they're all over the places. Chests, luggage situations. So you could just stack them. The other thing you could do is, and we might do like a little DIY, is you can like open them up and you could have things going on and they could be like a little apothecary thing. So there's a number of places that these might go. They could go on the shelves, they could go in the bathroom, and we do fun things. So I'm just excited for the options that these give. And it's just a good base item to have throughout a witchy and wizarding house. Is that too light a color? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know. It is lighter in wood color than I would normally do. So, and it's a different kind of storage container. So this is what I got. I don't know what you would call this. It's got these little spots on the top, right? And then you got the shallow ones right here. And then it has these drawers here, which seemingly come all the way out. And there's the side. So I think my initial thought for this one, well, there's a couple options. I feel like you could go a little bit more officey and have like quills and wax seal stamps and maybe have your wax in here. But I definitely want things kind of coming out. You could also go, again, a little bit more apothecary-ish and have little bottles and stuff. So it's something I want to think on. I don't know. Is this too bright? What's wrong with me? But it just felt like another option for displaying things because I don't know if this will go on the shelves actually. If it does go on the shelves, I did want things that have more depth and bring more height to the shelves so that we use up like all the space. Like we are maximizing the situation. Next up is what is in this box. This is another item if I remember right. Yes. That is in every single classroom if you walk through Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm pretty sure when you're watching the movies too. Take your guesses right now what it might be. We have ourselves an hourglass, and it's already actively hourglassing. It really gives off, for being a modern day item, a very antique-y vibes, and I do feel like if you found an antique hourglass, you would not be paying the coin that I paid for this, okay? But really, really pretty. They have some other options out there where the sand is actually black. They have some that are a bit bigger. This one was smaller than I thought, which I feel like works out really well for fitting on the shelves because I just want a lot of things on there. But here it is. I like the little bit right here so you can see through and watch it go, and it does flip so you can actually use the hourglass. I love that. I like things that are, practical. They are used in the way that you will want to use them. And it was just neat and different. So it just screws in to the bottom right there. But yeah, I plan to get a number. We have one other hourglass that you would have seen if you watch like the full collection or full bookshelf tour. It's not my entire collection. But this one's a little bit fancier looking. Let me know what classroom we should put that in first, even though it's in like every single one. And then I do not recall what the heck is in here, honestly. Oh, I'm probably the most excited for this one. It is, I think it's supposed to be a wolf's skull. basically. This is not actual bone. This is not a real animal. I did do the resin option, but it is a pretty decent size. So we've got a wolf skull. And the reason that I went for this, well, let me give you a close-up of all the teeth. I felt like the paint job, like I was kind of impressed because there are a number of people on Etsy who put a lot of detail in and charge the coin, you know, that you should be charging, and I'll be supporting some of them, okay? Ah, there we go. So that's the proper setting for the jaw. But what I was thinking of doing with this, like, what do you think? Not too shabby, is for me, if you go through all of the classrooms in Hogwarts, and if you know, we basically did a lessons theme, or my favorite lessons, you will see skulls, full-on skeletons of all kinds in basically every room. But the classroom that reminds me the most of that, and probably because you walk in and there's a giant dinosaur a giant dragon hanging in the center, is Defense Against the Dark Arts. So for me, I want to start building out, and if you saw the reveal, we didn't have much of a build of Defense Against the Dark Arts. It's up in the corner. You're actually not going to see it quite well. I want a lot of skulls. So there's a lot of things you can do with the skulls. One of them is just have it set right here. The other option is to maybe put it in a cloche. And I have some ideas. So I think maybe that is something that we do together as a little DIY if I do it with this one. But I plan to get a whole bunch more skulls and just, yeah, skullify the whole Defense Against the Dark Arts. And I may have some other really impressive items, or I hope they are, from what I saw in my order placed coming this way that'll be in this room, and kind of pulls that in as well. But I think that's a good final item. I feel like we covered the gamut in like decor things. I mean, we covered all the things, even clothing, like general stuff that you would see, like storage boxes, and then stuff like this in the Hourglass that's just in every room, and then just, you know, witchy clothing and accessories. But let me know in the comments down below, what were your thoughts and feels on all of this? What are your thoughts on Temu? I will say, when it comes to clothing, I would opt for Shein over Temu, and there are a little bit more misses on Temu for me than there are on Shein so far. But otherwise, everything else besides the two things I sent back, it was exactly what I ordered. So yeah, let me know your experience. What did you think of all the things? Where would you put them in the classrooms that we have up here? I'd love to know in the comments down below. But until next time, my magical friends, remember to love what you love with everything you have and keep making magic. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, there's that. Why are we doing this? But it really does give off, oh my God, we just almost threw it right at you.